It is indeed our groundbreaking TV magazine show, Global Connections. What is Global Connections all about? Global Connections is all about the relationships which the Ministry of International Relations and Cooperations has forged between Namibia and foreign embassies. My name is Elizabeth Mbambi, and here are our Global Connections. On the 11th of October 2023, we were honored to meet up with the Ambassador of Brazil, Her Excellency Vivian Sanmartin. We had a chat with her about their presence in Namibia and the contribution which they make towards the shaping of the future of the country. Good morning, Your Excellency.
Good morning.
My name is Elizabeth Mbambi. I am the presenter and producer for the show Global Connections. Global Connections is all about the relationships and the partnerships which Namibia has forged between which has been forged between Namibia and the foreign countries or on a global community. And with me today I have the executive producer, Mr. George Hendricks.
Okay.
And I also have the commercial associate, Mr. Michael. So we can start.
Okay, let's go.
And I'm gonna start with the first question, which is what is the role of an ambassador?
Well, there's a very good question, because it's very wide. But basically, an ambassador is the person that is the representative of the head of state of the accredited country to the accredited country, meaning that I am my function here is to represent the president of Brazil, and of course for the people of Brazil. So what an ambassador does? Well, many things. An ambassador main goal is to strengthen the relations between the two countries in all kinds of in all areas, from trade to culture to political agreements, political relations. So and also we have in the embassy a consular section. So we also cater for the needs of the Brazilians here, and also people wanting to go to Brazil if they need a visa. It's really very broad what we do here, but basically we are the link between Brazil and Namibia when it comes to formal relations. Brazil and Namibia has had very good relations even before the independence of Namibia. In '87, the then president of SWAPO, Sanu Yoma, traveled to Brazil, was received by the then president José Sarney. And we have supported the Namibian struggle for independence since a very early time. In 1990, when Namibia became independent, we opened an embassy here. And there were some high-level visits to Brazil and back to Namibia. For example, in '91, the then President Fernando Collor came to Namibia. We have a number of cooperation agreements in place with Namibia. So I would say that, broadly speaking, we have very good relations, our countries. It's a relation of friendship and cooperation that we always are promoting, and we want to make it stronger. That's part of our job here, to strengthen these relations, which have always been very good.
Are there any specific trade agreements or economic partnerships between Brazil and Namibia that Your Excellency would like to highlight?
No, we don't have a bilateral agreement regarding trade, but we do have an agreement between SACU and Mercosur that was signed a couple of years ago. But unfortunately, there's not much trade between our countries. It's very modest, and we are working hard to see how we can change the situation, how we can promote more trade between the two countries, how we can promote, for example, investment of Brazil in Namibia, vice versa. We know that Namibia aims to become a hub by using the Walvis Bay port to give access to countries without access to the sea, without landlocked countries. So we think that there are a lot of opportunities because if you look at the map, you see that there's a straight line from, for example, from Walvis Bay to Rio de Janeiro. And it's really not that far. Of course, you have the Atlantic Ocean, but it's really we are neighbors in this sense. So we believe that there are opportunities, but there is mainly a lack of awareness from both sides about these opportunities. And I believe that this will change in the future, and that's something we are working for.
How does Brazil support Namibia's development goals, particularly in sectors like infrastructure, education, and healthcare?
Our main contribution to this date has been in the food security area. We have ongoing projects to help vulnerable communities to produce their own food. Recently participated in the donation ceremony, the third donation that Brazil made since 2019 to Namibia, and we want, together with the World Food Programme, we are working to promote this resilience. So I believe that you can say that for healthcare, for example, it's very important to have a good nutrition. And so if people have not issues of a poor diet, or if they can have more food security, that is something that is very helpful.
And if Your Excellency may, how has the COVID-19 pandemic affected bilateral relations, and what steps have been taken to address the challenges it posed?
Well, I think that the COVID-19 pandemic affected all relations in every sense, because relations was halted in a way. People could not meet or move, but and there was a lot of economic problems. Brazil also faced huge challenges. We had a very high rate of mortality. But on the other hand, we kept the relations and we learned to communicate through online meetings. So what was before something that was more or less used became something that we use almost every week. So I believe that after this difficult period, Namibia is recovering, it's growing again, so is Brazil. So I believe that the challenges were more in the sense of how can we address pandemics, how can we strengthen our health systems, and in this sense, I think we all learned in this process. So I think that now this pandemic is in the past, but the lessons we learn are very important.
Are there any recent significant milestones or events in the Brazil-Namibia relationship that Your Excellency would like to highlight?
Yes, next year we will celebrate 30 years since an agreement of naval cooperation was signed between Brazil and Namibia. I don't know if you are aware, but we have a naval mission in Walvis Bay, and when this cooperation agreement was signed, Namibia had just got back the Walvis Bay port at the same year. So the Brazilian Navy helped Namibia to structure its navy, because there was no navy at the time, with training and a lot of actions aimed at training the new officers, the new Marines. To give you an idea, we calculate that around 1,500 Namibians attended courses in Brazil or here in Namibia of formation. So it's a very important cooperation. I'd say it's our flagship cooperation with Namibia. And so next year we want to celebrate it. We want to highlight this occasion, this agreement, and look into ways of strengthening it and having other actions, other initiatives in place.
Her Excellency, we import chicken from Brazil. Namibia import chicken from Brazil. Is there perhaps, may Her Excellency perhaps kindly explain the trade volume?
Well, this is a very good question. I don't have a figure, and I would explain why. Because part of the chicken that exported to Namibia from Brazil goes through the South Africa. So it's difficult to keep track of what is the volume, but we are quite aware that this chicken comes from Brazil. So maybe in the future we can just cut the chicken could come directly to Walvis Bay, and some commodities, some products from Namibia could go to Brazil. Fish, for example. Why do we? Because we import fish from Brazil, but as I am aware that most of the fish, or a great deal of the fish, doesn't come directly from Namibia. So this triangular trade, maybe we could work on ways to eliminate it. Just have a direct trade, and I think that both countries would benefit.
May Her Excellency elaborate more on the military agreement between Brazil and Namibia?
After the naval cooperation agreement we signed in 1995, we signed a defense agreement with Namibia. And this defense agreement is an umbrella agreement that provides for cooperation, for formation. So right now we have officers going to Brazil to be trained in the Naval Academy, in the Army Academy. Every year we have people going to Brazil to get formation, to get training. Also, the mission in Walvis Bay provides a lot of technical assistance to the Navy of Namibia. And this has been working for, as I said, 30 years now.
Thank you, Excellency. Namibia is known to have the best beef. Yeah, they have the best meat, and we export meat to other countries as well. And just for interest's sake, we would like to find out, maybe in future, does Your Excellency see us doing the trade, see us exporting meat to Brazil perhaps?
This is a good question, because you know that we're a big producer of meat, one of the biggest, and exporters. So maybe Namibia will find a niche in Brazil of high quality beef. I don't know, that could be explored, but the competition is fierce, I would say. And you have also, I do agree that your meat is excellent. You also have our neighbors, the Argentinians, who produce a very good meat as well. Uruguay. And Brazil is also a good producer. So I don't know, maybe we have to see if there are some niche that could be explored.
Thank you, Excellency. One final question. How does Your Excellency see the relationship between the future between Namibia and Brazil's relationships?
Well, what I see and what I wish is a relation that is that is closer in the sense that you have more cooperation, that you have more exchanges, and that's my goal here. We've been working, for example, to promote the creative industry. So next month we will have here for the first time a Brazilian movie director. She's coming to deliver a workshop to students, teachers in the movie industry and the media industry. This workshop will take place in the College of Arts on the 11th and 12th of November. So we're very excited about this initiative because we think that Namibians have a very a nascent industry, which is very good, by the way. They produce very good quality films, but I think that can learn from our experience. So this is one thing. Also, we are working to promote more technical cooperation. Namibia wants to develop its agriculture, and Namibia needs technology, for example, to dry climates, and this is something that we can also provide, because you know that Brazil is a leader in in food production and in the production of food in the tropics. So all this knowledge can be shared with Namibia. Also, we are working to promote cooperation between our diplomatic academy and the recently created School of Diplomatic Studies of Namibia. So there are negotiations ongoing about this cooperation, which our diplomatic academy, Instituto Rio Branco, has with many countries. So we thought that Namibia could also benefit from this, for example, for the exchange of students, for diplomatic students, for example, they can study in Brazil. They can take the same course that our diplomats take to become diplomats. There are so many areas where we can have cooperation. Energy, for example, Namibia is now moving into the production of green hydrogen. Namibia has recently made oil and gas discoveries, and so Brazil is a big producer of oil offshore. So we have all this experience as well. Brazil is also embarking on projects for producing green hydrogen. So we can also exchange in the energy field. So, the list is very long. I think that all it takes is that we work together to establish these relations, this cooperation initiatives. And so we can become more aware of each other. And lastly, for example, since I arrived here, I am trying to raise awareness about a students program that we have in Brazil, which takes students from developing countries wishing to graduate in Brazil, for example, to go there, and so they have access to universities in Brazil tuition free. So they can take all the course in many areas tuition free. They don't pay anything. And I realized that there is a very little awareness of this program, which is called PEC-G. So I'm trying to promote it and say, okay, if you maybe, why not studying in Brazil? Not only looking into the United States, Canada. Brazil has a very thriving culture. We're very friendly people. We have excellent universities. So this is something that we are also trying to do to make people aware of that. So, in a nutshell, there's a lot of things to do, and I'm very excited to be ambassador in Namibia at this moment because things are, there are very optimistic outlook of what Namibia can become in the future. And so let's hope that we can really strengthen our relationship.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We would like to express our gratitude by saying obrigado.
De nada. So you're learning Portuguese.